Good morning. It's me, Mikey Pipes. Today is Tuesday, October 27th, 2021. It is 7:50 in the morning. Getting off to a late start this morning. First call is at 8 o'clock and literally a mile from my house. So I figured, you know what, I'll sleep in a little late and I'll meet Daniel at the job. And unfortunately, it's raining this morning like a monsoon. And it's not fun walking a dog in a monsoon. It really isn't. It's like walking a dog in a snowstorm. That's more fun, but monsoons, no. Anyway, this guy's got some ductwork issues. We installed a Bosch IDS 2.0 system for him over the summertime, and he had previous air issues, balancing issues, and he still does, and today we're going to take care of it. All right, stay tuned. You're not going to want to miss it. How can you forget the carpet, Daniel? We have to roll out the red carpet and give him red carpet treatment, especially when it's raining. Unless you want to wear booties. I can mandate booties being company policy. It really pissed you off. It pissed everyone off, by the way. You don't care.
I don't really care, yeah.
Let's go say hi.
I'd rather wear booties or take my shoes off because I'm always worried about getting stuff on the floor.
Oh, that's good stuff.
At the other company, someone got a tar stain all throughout someone's house because they went on the roof.
Good morning.
Okay, so how's it going? So you get here.
The weather's really not that bad as much as they said it was.
It's always gonna be much worse.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna give you a quick summary.
Yeah.
How miserable is it out there?
It's not miserable. It's not that bad, but it's
It's gonna
just.
go on for a day or so.
Is it really?
No.
They said it's to tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll see.
Flooding.
Tell me what
Okay.
rooms are a concern.
Okay, they're all here on this level.
No, they're not.
Oh, you see, you have to listen to the boss of the house. She's wearing the pants.
Our room is fine, totally.
No, our room is amazing, and my office. So it's basically everything but my room. So
Which is
Where the control
the
is.
controls are in our room. Our room is great.
It's great. The new
Most
system
of the
works.
time, we're
Everything's
the only
fine.
ones here.
okay.
No big deal.
But his office, my office, and whenever the kids are here, the fans are going.
But you said your office is good.
No, my bedroom is.
That's right. There's an office off the bedroom.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
Yeah. So the only thing that works is the master bedroom where the controls are.
Okay.
Wait, they'll work. It doesn't. It doesn't get as cool. Let's just be
Pull
clear.
up the chair and just go through family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, but we seem to be. It doesn't work. It's something.
No, I mean, these rooms are definitely not getting. You need a fan in the summer for sure in all these rooms.
And the and now that door is opened or closed?
It's
At night it's closed.
It's nice.
He refuses to sleep
But
with
they're
the-
all closed, right? We're in the wall.
Yes, the doors are all closed when that.
Okay. We'll take a look at the ductwork.
Yeah.
And see if there's any deficiencies in that.
Okay.
At the end of the day, we're gonna have to do something with thermostat control.
Okay. Moving.
Probably add a remote sensor.
Okay.
Oh.
That way, it'll see what temperature is in the other parts of the house,
Right.
which it doesn't know,
Right.
and take that into consideration.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, first we'll check out the ductwork. I got it. So Daniel, a little bit of background.
Yeah.
Over the summer, we took out an R22 base system, and we installed the Bosch 2.0.
Excuse me, do you want me to shut the air? Because I had it going. Do you care? It's on now.
You can turn it on if you want.
It is on.
Doesn't matter. Okay, it's all good.
I didn't move anything.
Okay. And before the install, they had airflow issues with this level here, and they still do. And I think we saw some ductwork issues while we're doing it, but it was a hot summer day,
Right.
and again, we're trying to just get in and out of the attic as fast as possible. I think we were done by 12 or 1 o'clock, whatever it was. All right? All right, now let's go up to the attic. All right. Daniel's behind the unit over there. Here's the Bosch air handler. It's very nice. It's a nicey nice. All right, so this system, the return is on the floor below for the area above. Nonetheless, we're going to add a return to that floor and improve airflow overall in the system. I got to order, fabricate a new return plenum off the Bosch, and we'll come back in a couple weeks to put everything together. And now it's, fall, so, but nonetheless, Customer was asking about heating tune-ups and things like that, and I said, well, listen, when's the last time the boiler was serviced? And he goes, well, 15 years ago. I was like, all right, well, we're here, might as well, right? So Daniel's doing the tune-up on the Burnham boiler, and I'm gonna head off to another service call. All right, let's get going. All right, heading over to our next service call. Actually taking it from Daniel's schedule. Daniel is Daniel is still at that job, doing a tune-up over there. I already banged out a real quick pilot relight. It was actually the door switching on A.O. Smith. Got A.O. Smith on the phone, and they're sending the customer a new burner assembly. It's got to get built, but he'll have it in a couple days. I reset it. It's running. It's all good. Sorry I didn't get any footage of that. All right, I'm going on a service call right now in Laurelton. Daniel was here last week for no heat, and I read the invoice. The switch was off, right? But Daniel did as he's been taught and leave no stone unturned. Did a full tune-up, vacuumed out the combustion chamber, got all that good stuff done, and left the system up and running. Today now there's no heat, so I'm gonna go over there just to see what's going on. Not that I think it's a recall or nothing, I just like to see, maybe, just maybe, I could pick up something that he didn't, and we could all learn from that. All right, let's get over to Laurelton right now, guys. Yo, what is up with that? Portable feminine spa. Man, that means you ain't taking care of yourself, ladies. Damn, and if you need that, only in New York. Only in New York. Morning. Here for no heat?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
Let's take the shoes off right here. A little wet out there. Where's the thermostat?
The thermostat is here and the boiler is in here.
Okay. Is the thermostat on right now?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Everything is cold.
Yeah.
You got a pilot. Oh, pilot is lit. You're a lot of water and air.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that before?
Not really.
Huh.
It sounds like everything is moving through it, but it's just not getting hot.
Yeah. It's not firing up. Let's see. All right, let me get some tools from the truck, see what's going on. All right. Wire right there. It's not even on it. Let's see if we have 24 volts there. I got 4. So something is obviously out on this. All right, I tested the rollout switch for continuity. It was good. That leaves us the only thing left besides the spill switch, block vent switch, is the Aqaustat relay. And I do not have 24 volts at burner circuit. So Aqaustat relay is kaput. All right. Luckily, parts in the truck. Move the dryer out of the way. Now I can work in front of it like a mensch. All right. Let's just go over some of these wires here. This is my burner circuit. This one and that one. Down here, I have L1 and L2, that's power. And here is circulator, neutral, and power. And up here, we have TT, which is 24 volt circuit. I know it's also in the BX. Shouldn't be there, but that's where it is. So let me get a screwdriver and start taking these wires out. Okay, all the wiring is gone underneath right there. It's a 5/16 screw, which holds on the Aqaustat to the well. See, now it's more accessible. Ooh. Okay. There you go. There it is. We'll take a further look at this later. All right. A little upgrade here on the wiring, line voltage. Let's get the now let's put a new connector on. All right. Line and neutral. L1, L2. All right. I have L1, L2 hooked up with the new connectors. The connectors for the circulator, they were decent, so I left them on there. So a nice little upgrade there that I took the liberty of doing for the client. Now you notice we're in a horizontal orientation right now. I'm gonna mount it vertically now. I only did this way so I could easier access to these connectors, because otherwise it's like that, and you know, it's hard. And plus I'm sitting on a bucket behind a dryer next to a wall and next to 240 volts, so yeah. This is TT. We'll hook that up next. All right, now I'm gonna work on the burner voltage wiring. Okay, there's one. And the other is going to get one of these bad boys. Let's see. I'm going to give it one of those bad boys. Put it to the Klein. Beautiful. Make these two connections right there. B1, B2. All right, so B1, B2 are connected. I'm gonna put back in the damper plug. There's a damper here, but it's not being used, obviously. All right, it's open. And there's no wiring for it anyway. TT on top, right there. All we need to do now is power. And Houston, we have ignition. See how easy that was? Easy peasy. All right, new Aqaustat relay is in. Just giving everything a little once over. I wanted to take a look at the combustion chamber. Okay. And also the combustion results. As you can see, on the 20th of October, these were our readings. And the first observation I have is that the flue gas temperature is not high enough. You know, 220 degrees, the boiler's not been running long enough, so you need to let it run longer. O2, high there. And what else we got here? Yep, we're gonna have to go over combustion analysis with Daniel's son. Let me go get my test though. That's what it did wrong. See that hole right there? That's a diverter, all right? That's a diverter. You're taking a diluted reading. Daniel, a good technician, is observant of his surroundings. You're taking a diluted reading by taking a combustion analysis test there. It needs to be there at the bottom, inside the boiler. Let me go get my testo. All right, I got my testo ready. And it's gonna be hard to get in there that way. Let's see if I go in this way. If I was Daniel, I could. All right, let's see if I can get this bad boy up there. Almost. Alright. Go gadget long arms. Unknown caller. It's only been in there for about 30 seconds. But I'm trying to get up in there. It's hard. It really is hard. Should probably drill a hole in that diverter. Yeah, because I'm not getting. Let's see. Maybe there. Let's wait and see. Maybe. Let's see what's going on here. Alright, I think I finally got it in the hole. I just bad design. I got it all the way. All the way up in there. Let me see if I can feed you and show you. See? All the way up in there. Okay. Well, she's burning good. Alright, so I'm quite confident with that. I'm just gonna save that. Not save it, pause it. Let me grab the probe. Nope. Oh, God. I ain't joking. Literally behind the water heater. See? Okay. Ow. Damn it. Ow. I stepped on it. Ow. Ooh. Ooh, look at that. Ow. Look at the expansion tank. Dangerous. That's kind of real stupid. What were they thinking? Seriously, what were they thinking? Alright, so finished up the service call. I updated. Daniel failed to put one of these on. So on 10/20/21 he did the tune-up, and then today is the 26th. I accidentally said it was the 27th or 28th earlier in the video. And then remarks, Aqaustat relay, and my initials. Should be MP for Mikey Pipes. Or SM, Saint Mike. All these junk spam calls all day long. Alright, let me tell her about this. Other than that, we're good.
Well, then I don't really feel anything yet, but I think sometimes it just takes a while.
Okay.
But the rest of them are good.
Alright. Are they radiators or is it baseboard?
Yeah, the metal.
Radiators?
Yeah.
Yeah, you hear the water up there as well?
Yeah.
Maybe probably should bleed that. One observation while I have you down here. This tank is called an expansion tank. And if you're standing at it like this, you can see it's sagging down.
Okay.
When it fails, it's going to break this pipe. Which they shouldn't use copper there. It's normally threaded black pipe, but you got to put something here. Again, I don't want to like drain your whole boiler, you know, and repipe this for nothing, because it's actually, we're doing its job, but we got to put something underneath here to support this, because when that breaks, you're going to flood out your whole house, the whole basement. Seriously, I really don't know what they were thinking. Like, if you have like a brick or something, we could put it right there.
Okay.
Or something, maybe anything that's like a few inches tall that we can just shove under there. And then when it's time to replace, then, you know, put it in the right way.
Okay.
Let's see the radiators, maybe. A lot of air.
Is that why it sounded so loud?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow. I don't think this one was ever done. When's the last time this radiator actually worked? Yeah? Like, I don't know where all the air came from.
Sometimes it just takes a little while.
All right, now Now it's hot.
It's getting hot already?
Uh-huh, you can feel it.
Yeah.
Good. Other one? Sorry, we have more?
Yeah.
Let's do them now while we're here.
We're starting a little bit too.
Yeah, let's do this one too. On. I may need to add more pressure to the boiler. Taking out all this air, make sure the valve on it works. Pressure reducing valve. You don't see these anymore. Wow.
Is that something I should be doing routinely, bleeding it out?
No, you only have to do this is if like the system gets worked on, it gets drained or a part is replaced where the boiler needs to like be drained, and then the plumber should be bleeding out all the radiators for you, because air in the system doesn't help.
Okay.
And this one's just taking its sweet time. Yeah, it's common urban legend is like, oh, they got to bleed the radiators every year and to make sure they work, but you only have to bleed if there's air in the system, and since it's a closed system, like it doesn't, you don't have to drain it like a steam boiler or for other types of systems. Once the water's in there, the only time air will come in if something is working on it, and then you got to get the air out. In this case, like, damn, still got tons of air in here, and it was warming up. Strangely enough. We may have to add some more pressure to the boiler. Let's go do that, because it's taking forever. All right, where's our pressure reducing valve? Right up there. Let's take a look at the pressure first. We need to add some pressure to this thing. Just gonna add it like that. And we're gonna watch the pressure increase, hopefully. Not really. Ooh, but if you notice, it was stuck. Still feeding. Hear that? That's not really moving at all. Just for safekeeping right now. All right, we'll address this in a second. Back to bleeding. All right. Finish bleeding this out. All right, I had to turn the thermostat off, turn the boiler off. Now I'm having to turn it back on, make sure it comes on. Easy peasy, and we did the correct combustion analysis. I think Daniel put the valve tag on there, and there's let's wait for the main burner to ignite.
Unknown caller.
Ugh, leave me alone. All day long, these telemarketers. All right, do you have any questions for me?
If it doesn't come back on again,
Let's call. You call me.
Okay.
It will.
Like if you turn it off and it doesn't come back on, just call you?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
The part and the labor is guaranteed for 2 years.
Okay.
So if that part dies, you're covered. But I'm confident there's nothing else wrong going on. And like I said, the pressure reducing valve, you should change that when you change the expansion tank, and the expansion tank reorientate somewhere else when you change it. All right, just finished up that service call, And now I'm off to my next. We're heading over to Valley Stream. Oh, stupid way, sent me down the wrong way. I got a no heat call in Valley Stream, which is Mr. B service call number 3 for the day. And we have, I think, 3 more left. So just gonna start filming as we go along, and hopefully you guys get some entertainment and some education today. If you guys want any stickers, version 2.0 is available, along with a few left of version 3.0. Stacks bring me stacks. Sorry, hacks. Hacks bring me stacks. Oh, love it. Love it. So if you want any stickers, details in the description box down below. We're just gonna head out of Queens, driving through a monsoon. Literally, it's like a monsoon. It's raining cats and dogs. Literally. Man, I need a nap. I love Dua Lipa. Let me not play it too loud, otherwise I get a monetization warning from YouTube. Background music. The rain is really coming down. Let up a little bit, but we're around the corner from our next service call, right over here in Valley Stream on the border of Queens. A little rough over here, but again, still gotta deliver prompt, courteous, and professional service, regardless of economic status, you know, regardless. Take care of everyone equally. I don't care if you live in a Taj Mahal or a shack. Still, you're human and deserve to be treated with respect. And that's how I've grown my business. Treat everyone equally and offer an unconditional 24-month warranty on all services we provide. Unconditional. And I've never had anyone to file that claim, you know? Do the right thing. People take care of you, you take care of them. That's how we roll. All lives matter. You know what I mean? Let's go, Brandon, people. Let's go. Well, good morning, soldier.
How you doing? How you doing, man?
Wow. Thank you for your service.
Thank you, man.
Nice. Love the fatigues. Army, huh?
Yeah.
Nice. How many years in? 10. Sergeant too, huh?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I got 10 years.
Awesome. God bless you.
All right, thank
And your family, by the way.
All right, thank you, man.
Okay, you got no heat?
No heat.
Okay.
In the bottom shoe.
All right, thank you. See what's going on.
Now I'm about to go to work.
Okay. All right.
So what happened was this wasn't here.
Okay.
I tried to change it for downstairs.
Okay.
The guy I bought the house from.
Okay.
He's coming right now.
Okay.
Because he have to pay for all of this. I'm gonna pay, but he's not.
Okay.
The money.
He's gonna hook you up afterwards. All right, understood.
And this one stopped working, not working. I don't know.
You know the switches are off?
The switch is off now.
Yeah. So you tried wiring that in.
It's nothing happened now.
Okay. Are we using that, or is that gonna? You want me to hook that back up? Because right now the wire is not connected.
No, because if you connect it, you know what that does?
What?
Push the water upstairs.
Okay.
I don't know.
It pushes the water upstairs. Yes, because it's a circulator.
Oh.
And you want to bring water upstairs to heat. You have baseboard up there?
So
Tell me.
what happened was downstairs. The guy said he never used it. The guy bought the house.
Okay.
But he said this is for downstairs.
Okay.
But one day I tried. I said, okay, I need downstairs to be warm too.
Okay.
See, he's gonna send a guy to fix it.
Okay.
The guy did come,
And?
and the guy said, I'm busy. I don't know what happened.
Okay.
But
Is that a new circulator?
this?
Or that was there already?
This?
Yes.
This is new.
Brand new.
Brand new.
Never hooked up.
No.
Okay. All right. You have the cover here, I see. And hopefully the screws are somewhere. Okay. So let me get my. So none of the heat works.
None of the heat off.
So the main steam thermostat does not do anything, and
No.
and neither does this.
No.
Okay. All right. Hopefully something simple. Let me get the tools from the truck and take it from there. You want that circulator to work, yes?
Yes, yes.
Where's the thermostat for that circulator?
Right there. The guy is coming.
Okay, good.
He's gonna tell you. Right there.
Perfect. All right. The line voltage thermostat. All right, let me get some tools in the truck.
Come, let's show you.
Can I go out the side door?
You could.
Okay, easy. I don't want to trample through the
I
house.
was gonna show you another thing.
Yes, please, yes.
So once he connect the small pump,
Okay.
this is what the small pump does. He send water with it. The water just blowing a lot of water,
So it leaks out.
a lot. Over
Oh,
here.
so you have the broken pipe.
Yeah, and let me show you another one too.
Hold on. That's a steam convector, a steam element.
Right here. You see, a lot of water was leaking here.
All right. Upstairs. All right. Okay.
So you got it?
I understand. Okay. All right. Let me get some tools out of the truck. Let's review what he said. He said that when this is on, water pours out of those radiators, those baseboard, steam baseboard elements. It's irrelevant. It's actually not the case. This is to a basement zone. All right. Let's see if we have a pilot. We have a pilot right there. Okay. We got a pilot. Let's find out. Let's hook up this wire first. I'm gonna feed you guys today. First thing is, let's make sure that there's no power there. Now,
Because basically what he said to me is that pump, what that pump does, he send water upstairs.
no, it sends it to the basement.
Huh?
It sends it to the basement, doesn't send it upstairs. Not possible. Trust me. I know.
You know?
I know, trust me. It doesn't go upstairs, it goes downstairs. For sure, 100%.
What was wrong though?
The problem is water is where it shouldn't be. And that's why you're getting the water coming out of those radiators on the first floor. That's the problem, but we gotta get this thing back on first. I connected the wires for you. Let's see. This thing's in the way. Why are you messing with me? Just cooperate. Yeah, put you in there like that then. Bingo. Okay. Sweet. When's the last time this boiler worked? Last year?
I mean, I just moved.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
I just bought the house.
All right. Power's on. Have to lower the cutoff light. Cycle. Let's see what happens. All right. I got the thermostat jumped out. I banged on the pigtail. System fired up. So now we see what's going on with this pigtail.
How are you, sir?
Good. How are you?
Oh, you started it?
Yes, got it running.
Nice.
We'll have to make sure it stays running. Need some maintenance.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing, so you know what we're dealing with. I don't know how much he told you, right?
He told me that when the boiler's running, water's spitting out of the front baseboard convector, baseboard element, and the rear one on the first floor.
No, you know what happened when they, I'm gonna explain you what happened with that pump.
Okay.
Something happened where when I came here,
Mm-hmm.
I had to take like 10 buckets of water. Because
Okay.
he didn't know about the water level.
Okay, but there's an automatic feeder there.
I know that, but let me get to,
Okay.
so maybe, I know that let me just explain
Sure,
again. You're the man, right? So, I own the house like for 16 years, right?
Okay.
So I live here for 12 out of the 16, right?
When's the last time it was maintained and serviced?
Somebody came and you know, did like a tune-up
How long ago was that?
a couple of months ago before I
Yeah.
sold the house.
Okay.
Whatever. He came and he said, no, you're gonna fix, you know, you do.
No, I'm just asking, because if he did a tune-up a few months ago, then certain things won't be dirty. And,
Okay.
and if they are, then, you know, you got robbed.
Listen.
I hear you. No, but that's why I ask certain questions, because I need to know history.
Yes.
All right, but go ahead, keep going.
So,
We took out 10 gallons of water, even though there's an automatic feeder on there.
no, let me get to the point.
Okay,
So when I live here,
yes.
you know, it worked.
Okay.
He gave me here for the first and second floor, right? There is a loop over here on the
Yep, on the
bottom
bottom
of
of
the
the boiler.
basement.
Yep.
We never used it because it never worked.
Okay,
You know, it had a different pump, and the thermostat is over here behind this door, right? So it
Okay.
never worked, right? We never used it because this is as it is, so we never used it.
okay,
So now that I sold the house, I wanted to do the right thing and be able for him to use the heat, right? So I brought a plumber,
okay,
and he told me that the boiler was okay, right?
okay,
And then he said, I'm gonna give you a new pump
okay,
and a new thermostat,
Okay.
and that will do it, right?
okay,
So he changed the thermostat,
okay,
right? And then he never put the pump on because he realized that you needed more stuff to make it work, but he never told me that.
oh,
So he just left the pump and he gave me the runaround, I'm busy, family problem, right, this and that. So he got frustrated, you know, understandably, right? So he got somebody else.
okay,
I don't know what knowledge that person has,
okay,
and he put the pump,
okay,
made it work,
okay,
left, and that's when, I don't know what that pump is doing, where it's sending the water. That when I came.
basement zone.
I know, but somehow, water went, a lot of water, I don't know how a lot of water ended out on the system. When I
Okay.
came, and I had to take like 10 gallons of water, right? 10 buckets of water, right?
Yep,
Now, another thing that I need to tell you, right?
all right.
It was a big lake over here on this wall, right? I mean,
Yeah, I saw, you showed me.
no, something else that I need to tell you.
Okay.
So, when I opened the wall,
Which wall, show me.
over here. Oh, I'm sorry. On this wall,
Okay.
right? So when I opened it, it was a return
Line.
return to the boiler.
Yes.
But the pipe
Mm-hmm.
was all messed up.
Yeah.
So I followed the pipe
Okay.
up to here.
Okay.
No way to fix it, right? Because it was,
You gotta replace it.
yes. So what they did, they came this way, straight back to the boiler.
Underground?
Yes.
Okay.
And it comes, you see the black? Oops, I'm sorry. So,
Yep, I see that. So that one there.
because they thought that this was the pipe that was bad, right?
Okay.
So because nothing is coming there, they cut it here, and they came back. So that's a well return.
Understood. Yep.
Right?
Understood.
So you know what's going on. So this should be a simple loop, right?
Correct.
Going there, and then this should be the return of that loop, right? You think?
Should be. We'll
Right.
find out.
Right?
All right. Question is, why did you have to take out 10 gallons of water?
That I don't know because I wasn't here when he brought somebody.
Okay, we don't know.
Yes.
So,
So now
if we turn on the circulator
Yes.
by powering the line voltage thermostat,
Yes.
that should be circulating water.
Yes.
Hopefully.
And then I appreciate you helping me, man, because I want to do the right thing by him. You know what I mean?
of course, I hear you.
I sold the house, I want to do the right thing, you know what I mean?
I don't think this is doing anything.
So you connected the pump, right? Because it was disconnected.
There were two wires that were disconnected, and
Yeah.
I connected them to where they should be, and I don't think it's working.
all these water heaters, like the water handles,
They what?
all this is properly, right? Don't
Is it all
open-
proper?
I mean, open-
You're missing a backflow preventer, but
Yeah.
other than that,
No, what I'm saying, right now this is open and closed. That's the way around it's supposed to be. All right.
I need to get in there and see why this thing is not coming on. All right. Let's follow out these wires. Here. Oh, that didn't go there? No, it didn't go there. Let's see. Okay. There is power, which then goes to this, which then goes to the boiler. This one comes from here, which there's no power to, which then goes to there, but there's no power on this red wire. You need another.
Am I good or?
Let me just turn power off. If this was serviced 2 months ago, the pigtail wouldn't be clogged. That's steam pressure. You got a bad pressure troll. Not regulating steam pressure, which is causing all the other problems. Look at that. So I don't know if you guys know this, but the guy who's helicoptering over me, he is the former owner of this property. And he told me earlier that, yeah, I just had the boiler service like 2 months ago, and yeah, everything's good and clean, right? And as you can see, far from the truth. But I got the new pressure troll in the truck. I'm gonna go slap that bad boy in and get paid. All right, new pressure troll is in. Went off at pressure. And the relief valve sticks. I'm gonna keep it real. I could have easily have manipulated and fooled all of you thinking that it was on the truck by just running to the supply house and not telling anyone and getting the job done. But no, yesterday I gave Daniel a bunch of steam stuff like a pressure troll, a low water cutoff with remote probe. I gave him a bunch of stuff, and one of the things that he asked for was like, I need some relief valves. I'm like, all right. I gave him a couple 30 PSI relief valves, 100 XL with the deep ones, and also I gave him out of my own truck. And I said, okay, I'll order from supplyhouse.com. I'll have it tomorrow. I gave him out of my truck the only one 15 PSI relief valve on my truck. So now I'm running to Brew Supply, which I hate going to get a 15 PSI relief valve. Boom! Holy shit. 150 PSI relief valve. This is a water heater, temperature and pressure relief valve. This house could have blown up with the defective pressure troll because some idiot installed a 150 PSI temperature and pressure relief valve on this steam boiler. I would love to know who the plumber was. Can you tell me? Can you tell me? Seriously. There are safety devices on boilers, especially steam boilers. Back in the early 1900s, you could buy through the Hartford Insurance Company steam boiler insurance, which was very expensive because at the time boilers were blowing up and destroying buildings and killing people because of high pressure situations here, and there were engineers or attendants to make sure the boiler was always fed. So on this steam boiler we had this pressure troll, and you notice this one's much different than the one I took out, but this is just a more modern version of it. This will turn off the boiler if it reaches a half a psi of pressure, which is what I set it to. It doesn't go that low, but it's under 2, because it's a low pressure boiler. When I took that first one off, I was commenting that it was clogged because I saw a little bit of water come out of it, but it wasn't water was coming out of it. It was high pressure steam coming out of the boiler because this is the wrong one. This would have been opening way before, but the original pressure was defective, and it didn't turn off the boiler at the set point, which was half a psi. That thing died, and if the right pressure relief valve was on here, 15 psi, this thing would have been discharging at a much lower pressure, and we wouldn't. I'll be here for a different reason. And it's all ties in together. The water in the system, the point by force coming out of the radiators on the first floor, it's all tied in because of just a wrong relief valve. But now I have the right one.
Thank you, man. You know how relief every year.
Yeah.
Like I say, it doesn't even,
I'm like a saint.
it doesn't even come down to money.
No, it's not. At the end of the day, it's not about money.
And the guy tells this guy, that I didn't want to, he never told me, you know what I mean?
No, I hear it.
Why can I say no? I made, the market's good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
I made money.
Yeah.
It's not that I sold the house for, you know what I mean?
I know, look at that. Wow. Can't make this shit up. Cannot make this up.
And
wow.
Is like the how you call it, like good health. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
I want to be, because
You want to do the right thing. That's...
Of course, I don't want this guy calling me. You know what I mean? I don't want to. My wife is on my kids. Why are you giving the number? I say, because you do the right thing. You cannot, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Listen, he's a nice guy, and you know what? When I opened up that door, and he's wearing his military fatigues,
On top of
he's a fighter for our country. You know what? There, it's...
No, not only that. I'm going to find him somewhere.
Yeah.
I cannot hide forever. You know what I mean?
Correct. Yeah.
And I told the guy, it wasn't even fucking money. Tell me to my face, listen, I'm not up to the task. You know what I mean? Like somebody else.
Exactly.
And we lost, I saw the house in August. We lost a couple of months. You know what I mean?
Yep. I hear you. So back to the circulator, right?
Yes.
It's not getting power.
Right.
And it needs to get power and you have a line voltage thermostat on the wall, right? Now, keep in mind that it's just a circulator that gets power from a source. And the thermostat is just basically like a light switch. It's on or off, right? Yeah. So if the light switch is not giving the pump power, the pump's not going to circulate the water, right? Now, when we put in, and I say we, I mean the company I work for, when we put in boilers, steam boilers, and we need to do a zone off the bottom of it, we add what we call an Aqaustat relay, or not an Aqaustat relay, an Aqaustat that turns off the boiler once it reaches a certain temperature. Because otherwise, let's say the basement thermostat is on and upstairs is off, right? The boiler will heat the whole house because it's making steam, because it doesn't know not to make hot steam. It just knows to turn on, right? It's a very dumb animal, it knows that. So we normally add an Aqaustat relay. Now, I know you sold the house with, you don't use the basement, but nonetheless, I'm here because the heat wasn't working.
Yeah.
Which...
So now, can we still add that feature to the boiler?
So, let me tell you what we could do for that.
Yeah.
We would have to add a switching relay to the boiler. It gets power, 110 volts, and it's wired to a low voltage thermostat, 24 volt thermostat. And the question is, where do you put the thermostat? Because we're in the boiler room here, and
it's hot.
It's hot here. Yeah. But we would need to put it like over here.
Yeah.
But I need to run a wire from point A to point B. And again, I guess we could put it along the, tied to the ceiling, or maybe get an electrician here and then pull the thermostat here on this wall. What is this, a bathroom? Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you gotta get from point A to point B. We can also, I guess, come into here and then put it here maybe. Okay. But it's a job best suited for an electrician.
Yeah, you let me know.
And then so now we add in the thermostat, we add the relay, we wire it to power, and then we add to the piping here, we add a Aqaustat. So, and it's set to let's say 180 degrees. And when it reaches 180 degrees, it only turns the boiler off. Does not turn off the circulator, so you're still providing heat.
How
Understood?
much a job like that would cost? More or less.
let's see.
1,000 more or less.
Yeah, when you're adding the thermostat, correct.
Yes.
Relay, thermostat, Aqaustat, wiring to it, line voltage, low voltage, all that good stuff. Yeah, it's about $1,000 with the thermostat. So let me tell you what just happened. So the boiler turned off at pressure, right? And because of the new Pressuretrole.
Yes.
And you notice nothing blew up, nothing like that. But that is like the ultimate, like, total screw up. You have the Pressuretrole, which is defective, right? And the safety, well, the primary safety failed, which is okay because there's redundancy. The redundancy is a 15 psi relief valve, but the schmucks who worked in this boiler last put in that is identical to this. The only difference between that one and this one has a long shank because it's insulation on the water heater, because that won't thread right into the water heater. That is the only difference between that relief valve and this one. It's 150 psi, 210 degree Fahrenheit temperature and pressure relief valve. And this right here, you don't hear about it because it doesn't happen. But 100 years ago, it happened all the time. The house easily. He is lucky that something else happened, right, which was water pouring out of the radiators because the pressure was just so high. And that caused him to turn everything off. So luckily no one died. Seriously.
We still don't know why water went that high, right?
So either it was done by man or done by machine. Now when I say done by machine, if this automatic feeder was stuck on because the low water cutoff told it to stay on, or you had a little piece of debris in there and it's slowly letting water pass, that's the problem. But right now, your water level is, where is it? Right there.
Right on point.
Right there. Right on point.
And he didn't even, because this is his first house, he didn't know about it.
Yeah. But because you have an automatic feeder, he doesn't really need to do anything. The only thing he really needs to know is that once a month, he should be draining the boiler.
Once a month.
Yeah, until that red light comes on the low water cutoff, and let it take over from there. Okay, let's see. Oh, I can't get the level in there because of the pieces. All right, let's see something here. Move the brick over. Let's see what kind of pitch we got now. We got flying pitch.
What do you mean flying?
Flying. It's flying away. Off the hook. Flying pitch. Alright, so we got the new vari valve in there. It's pitched. Now let's turn the boiler back on because that valve was closed and make sure she doesn't leak anymore. And this was soaked. Like a sponge, still dripping. Look at that. Like a sponge. Alright. What do you think would be an hour service call? You're here for 2.5 hours. Look at that Pressuretrole. And also notice, look how the boiler is not level. The back is sitting lower. I don't really like to pat myself in the back, and some trolls out there, some haters who treat their customers like absolute garbage, like cocky, go around and say I'm no saint, and how dare I call myself Saint Mike. The community gave me the term Saint Mike. Why? Because of instances like I just left. 150 psi water heater relief valve on a low pressure steam boiler that had a defective Pressuretrole. Seriously? That house could have exploded and people could have died. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. So yes, I am Saint Mike. Get it through your thick skulls. Bunch of bums.
Turn right.
Ugh. I do me, you do you. Trolls are not welcome here. And yes, I filter out negative comments. Continued. You want to talk trash? By all means, I'll debate with you. But if you want to be just a real scumbag, well, guess what I'm doing? I'm blocking you. and sayonara, because I'll never see your comment again. And there's about 20 people on that do not disturb list. Kind of like do not call list. Do not disturb Mikey Pipes. We're here to learn from one another and also laugh at the same time. I'm on my way to a estimate in another one also in Valley Stream. I was actually there in the May of 2021. Gave them an estimate to replace their central air conditioning. I don't know who did the job, but it wasn't me. So they want me to now, they want an estimate for a new furnace. So, I only go back so many times, estimates. I only go back so many times before I basically give up.
0.1 miles.
And then they, put them on the do not service list. But it's all good. Mikey Pipes and Pipe Doctor isn't for everyone. It's not. That's true. But I'm going to go give this lady an estimate, and then we are going to install a Danfoss thermostatic steam radiator valve and remote control. All right, that's going to be fun. All right, let's get going.
Hi, how
I've
are
been
you?
here before.
Yes, you have.
How
You
are
came
you?
in, you gave me a quote for an air conditioner, which I still haven't gotten a chance to do yet. But that's going to be a spring thing.
Project.
Yeah.
I wouldn't wait till the spring, by the way.
Really?
Do it over the winter because it's supply chain issues.
Oh,
I know I'm here for a furnace estimate, but you may not even be able to get a furnace.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Hi, how are you?
Well, it's not working.
Okay.
So I definitely am hoping I can get it.
Why is it not working?
I don't know, the flames were coming up.
Okay.
So, and it's old anyway. It's like, I don't know, 20 years old or something.
It's not that old.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. I'm not really sure exactly at the age, but
Okay.
I took off the
It's
cover.
not that old. Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
really.
Well, it's not, the flame's not coming on.
Okay.
So,
So you want me to give you an estimate to replace it?
yeah.
Okay. That we could do.
Though you're thinking I may not be able to even get one?
It's likely that's the case, yes.
Oh no.
Yeah. All right, 100,000 BTUs. No air conditioning, correct on it? Nope.
No,
Okay.
the air conditioning's in the,
The attic.
yeah.
Yes. All right, you'll need a chimney lining, of course. Okay. All right, let me look this up.
Okay, yeah, it just, like, so the igniter, I don't have to show you that, like, the igniter thing
Okay.
lights up and it gets, like, bright orange,
Okay.
but no flame. And then, like, it goes on and off, and then,
Okay.
I'm trying to think it was the 7 flash.
Lockout caused by no ignition after 3 tries.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Let me get the cover. Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Let me get the cover.
Yeah.
Thermostat on or off right now?
Off. I can turn it on.
Yes, let's turn it on.
Okay.
What do you think? I was going to rip her off? Come on. All right. Inducer motor is operational. Blower is already running. Filter is nice and clean.
Yeah, I thought the filter would have been an issue.
The hot surface igniter is coming on. And we have no gas coming out of the valve.
Oh, got it.
Yep. Hey, your gas, you have hot water? Yeah, it's flashing. You have a bad gas valve, that's all. See if I can feel it. All right, it clicks open. I hear it click, but no ignition. You should really troubleshoot this thing. You shouldn't. I wouldn't. Where's the switch for it? There is no switch?
Yeah. This?
Oh.
Yeah.
You should troubleshoot it, not. What do you think? I was going to leave a damsel in distress? I'm going to get the tools for the truck, troubleshoot this machine, and get them up and running for a fraction of the price. They don't need to replace that furnace. Not unless the heat exchanger's cracked. Let's try. 110 volts from igniter. 26 volts to gas valve. Defective gas valve. Alright, this nipple's gonna be way too long. So I got a shorter one there. Here's the pipe vise. Take that union off. One-handed, like a lunatic. Okay. Now, I'm going to put it on this one. Got the test already. Abracadabra. Yay! Hold on, let's pick up Daniel. Hi, Daniel. Another swap out of a Navian, huh? It's not that old though. Okay. But you know, the sad reality here is that anyone else would have just sold you a new furnace.
Yeah.
Instead of actually just fixing what's wrong.
I really appreciate it.
Oh, no problem, once. Oh, now the thermostat is happy. Can we check the thermostat, make sure it's...
Yeah.
See what it's set to? Yeah. I don't see any error code in there. It's probably satisfied. Alright, thermostat was at 73 degrees, and it's reading 73, so it went off. I'm gonna let this thing cycle. And take a draft reading, combustion. See how that is. Make sure she's safe.
I thought like the furnace would need to be replaced.
Yeah, no it doesn't. And it's burning safely, which is the most important. And that, this past estimate, which I converted into a service call, is why you need to call a professional. Like me. Anyone else, and it's embarrassing to say this, but if anyone else was there, whether it's the big branded, HVAC plumbing contractors out there that have quote unquote comfort advisors and sales rep, they would have went in there and sold them a new furnace when it was absolutely not necessary. Absolutely not necessary. So for a fraction of the price of a replacement, I fixed that machine, did a combustion analysis, tested gas pressure, and the system is running at 100%. And she saved thousands of dollars by switching her car insurance to Geico. Call Mikey Pipes to save 15% or more. Call me today. All right. Driving to my next service call in Lynbrook. It's actually my last service call. Proud to be an American. The next service call is in Lynbrook. We are installing a Danfoss steam radiator thermostatic valve with operator. All right, haven't done one of these in a while. Hopefully it comes out pretty. All right, stay tuned. All right, that is coming out and this is going in. Crack this first, drop the radiator onto the floor, and then crack off the valve. All right. Somebody lost my grinder, so I used the Sawzall. I cut off the other half of the union, and starting with the 36, got this out of the radiator. Magic. Now I gotta work on that. All right, very carefully, very, very carefully, I used my Sawzall with a brand new metal blade on it, and I made 2 cuts. Well, actually, that's a lie. I made 3 cuts. All right. First thing is I cut off the head. Right there. cut the cancer off the body, right? And then I made a cut across here, across there. Used my long ass flat screwdriver and a little hammer and broke that out. So now I can put the new valve head on. All right, I'm gonna use some spool wick on the threads, which appear to be clean. I want to wrap this with spool wick, and just to show as another method of
Unknown caller.
making a tight connection. So I'm putting spool wick on the threads here, and I'm putting it in the right orientation, just like Teflon tape. You do it the wrong way, it's just not gonna be right. And then I'm gonna take some Pro Dope and generously apply to the nipple coming out of the floor here. And once that's on there like that, I'm gonna take the new body and get you on there. Make sure I don't cross in the process. Oops. Make sure I don't cross thread in the process. Let's make sure we don't have a cross thread. Yeah, we're good. Welcome to the party. Welcome to the party. All right. First thing, the last time I used this, my grinder, was at that job we did the double boilers on. It is not in my truck anymore. Do you think it ended up in your truck, my truck, or got left in the job?
I brought a grinder up. And
Remember whose truck it went
it
in?
must have gone into Mike's, because I think almost every power tool I brought up, I put near Mike's truck.
Okay. We have to get that from him.
It's definitely
Okay.
not mine.
Okay. All good. While you were gone, working with that Navian that got condemned and needs a unit swap out.
Then I recorded.
And you recorded.
No,
Oh my
not
God.
that much though.
How many minutes?
Maybe 5.
Oh my God, you gotta post it.
I have to figure out how to put it all together.
Oh, you don't have an iPhone.
No.
Oh, you need like an iMovie. Maybe they make iMovie for Android. Probably not. Anyway, this customer's complaint is he wants better control of temperature out of the steam radiator. And the only way that that's gonna work is if I add that valve and this remote operator to control temperature. You're like, do that again?
Why can't he just do a valve? Why does he have to use a remote one?
What kind of valve? Like a regular valve, like I cut off, like this one that I cut off already?
I mean, yeah, not that exact one, but I've seen valves that have just this little number.
On there.
Yeah.
Well, I think it'd be better if we remotely locate it. That way you don't have to go into the cover, because the radiator is behind the cover. I think maybe that would throw off the temperature. So I wasn't taking any chances. For another like $120, I can get that. On top of that, and then we mount it on the wall. It works. It works. So while you were gone, I took out the nipple going into the radiator, put the new one in. I couldn't find my sawzall, my grinder, so I cut the head off, and then I made 2 cuts on the remaining part of the valve, diagonally, and then I used a big ass screwdriver and a little hammer, and I broke it free. And I just wrapped spool wick on the nipple coming out of the floor, and used Pro Dope there, and I was just about to start tightening that up. And that's all she wrote, folks. Mounted the remote operator on the wall, instructed customer on use, and it's 3 o'clock, heading home. What a glorious, glorious day. Saved potentially people's lives. Unbelievable. I still can't get over that. A T&P relief valve, 150 PSI, 210 degree, water heater relief valve on a low pressure steam boiler. What were they thinking in their head? Like, seriously. You know, the safety backup, the relief valve, That's the backup. So if the primary safety fails, which is the Pressuretrole, the relief valve is going to pop open at 15 psi. And in that case, it didn't. And what the homeowner realized were other things going on because of high pressure, and shut down the boiler and then called for service. But imagine, just imagine if the homeowner thought maybe this is normal and let it run. And God forbid that boiler blew up. There would have been no question about property damage and loss, but people's lives would have been in jeopardy. If you got heating equipment in your home, make sure qualified professionals work on it. Don't let handyman or hacks work on your equipment, because at the end of the day, it could have been fatal. All right, guys. Gonna head home. Got a bunch of paperwork to do. I gotta order a bunch of parts and supplies to replenish what we used the past couple days. And I gotta process this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really, really appreciate the support from the community. Yesterday we hit a major milestone of 25,000 subscribers. And it's ironic, last Thanksgiving, the channel had 2,000 subscribers. So in 11 months, we grew 23,000 subscribers. And I am just so honored and blessed to have such a great community where we learn from one another and we laugh with one another. All right, if you guys want any stickers, email me, Mike at MikeyPipes.com. Be well, God bless, stay safe.